You're listening to A Daughter, A Daddy, A Podcast, a Jamil Varil podcast on Spotify, Apple, YouTube, and all major podcasting platforms. And we're your co-hosts,
Autumn!
And her daddy. How's it going today, Autumn?
Good.
Are you excited for the second episode of A Daughter, A Daddy, A Podcast?
Yes!
Awesome. So once again, we will go into something that we have watched this week. Then we will go into something that we have read. After that, we will talk about something we've played, then something we created, and finally something we learned. And if you like what you hear today, remember to check us out on social media, like, subscribe, and follow. All right, Autumn, we've been continuing to watch something, haven't we?
Yes.
All right, tell us about what we've been watching.
One Piece.
It's only legendary. Yes, yeah. You love the opening theme songs for One Piece, don't you?
In fact, all the opening themes I like so far, even the second one.
So which one do you like more? The first opening
first
theme?
one.
The first one? The first one's pretty awesome. Honestly, it's very easy to sing along with. We put it on our playlist together too, didn't we?
Yes, Japanese style.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, but we can still get the words because we heard that enough times.
Okay, so last time we talked about Arlong Park, we were telling everyone that you were going to be meeting Smoker and Tashigi for the first time. What did you think of Smoker?
Good.
Okay, tell us about Smoker.
He's kind of funny with his little kind of smoke thing. Well, they're not really small. They're kind of like ginormous for what they are. I don't remember what they're called, but there's things you smoke through.
He can turn himself into smoke, right?
Yes, and he can lead people with his smoke.
He had Luffy follow his smoke to the town square where what was Luffy looking for?
He was looking for the execution platform where Golden Rogers, the King of Pirates, died at.
Yeah, because Luffy kind of wanted to pay homage and see what Gold Roger saw when he was up there, right?
Yes, and he did.
Yep.
And he almost got executed himself on there.
Yeah, no, that almost happened because Buggy showed back up, right?
Yes, Buggy.
Buggy the Clown showed back up with Alvida, right?
Yes, though he's not really much of a clown now that he's a pirate.
Yeah, no, he's more of a pirate than he's a clown. You were right.
Yeah.
And Tashigi, tell us a little about Tashigi.
I think she's cool. She reminds me of Zoro's friend.
Yeah, I mean, she reminds Zoro of his childhood friend too, right?
Yeah.
How about the interactions of Tashigi and Zoro? Did you like them?
Yes, I thought they were hilarious.
Okay, and what about with Zoro's new weapons? He has 2 new blades, right?
Yes, a legendary one and a cursed one.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, right?
Yes.
And they all had their little moments in Logtown too, right? Didn't Usopp battle against somebody?
Yes, Daddy.
Daddy the father, right? Or Daddy the bounty hunter uses 32 pistols, right?
Just like Smoker.
Well, I mean, Smoker doesn't use 32. He just used a lot of smoke. And Sanji had a nice little episode too, right?
Yes, he did.
He won them something pretty cool, right?
Yes, he won a big tuna fish or a type of tuna fish, whatever it is.
An elephant tuna or something like
an
that.
An elephant tuna fish.
So Logtown went good, and then they got into another arc afterwards. You want to tell us a little bit about the arc afterwards?
Yep. After that, you meet a girl named Apis, which is in the next arc after the Logtown arc.
Yeah, and what does she introduce them to?
A dragon named Grandpa Ryu.
Yep, a millennial dragon, right?
Yes, millennial.
And someone's hunting this millennial dragon, right?
Yes.
Who is that?
Commodore Nelson.
Oh, he's big and fat too, right?
Yes, that guy.
Oh, no. He takes Chubby to the next level, right?
Yes, he used to look so different.
Yep, and he hired a mercenary who's part of this arc too, right?
Yes, but kind of betrayed him.
Yeah, no, he betrayed him. Do you remember the name of the mercenary?
I don't remember.
That's Eric the Whirlwind.
So I think Commodore deserved to be betrayed by him for what he's done.
They found the Dragon City, right?
Yes,
and all the millennial dragons have returned, right?
Yes, come to think of it, it was underwater this whole time and they didn't even know it.
Yep. And we're now at the point where we're going into the final fight of the arc with Luffy versus Eric the Whirlwind, right?
Correct.
Okay, that should be exciting. So we'll tell you about the conclusion of that next week.
Yep.
Awesome, awesome. So that's what we've been watching together, and we also watched the movie Wolf Children together. But Autumn, you also did something with reading too. Tell us what you did with reading.
Wolf children, again.
Yeah, you read the full manga, right?
Yes, in less than 24 hours.
Yeah, now in one day you read a 500-page graphic novel, right?
Yes.
It was good, right? You really enjoyed it, right?
Yes, usually I would be able to read at least 60 pages in 1 hour because I added Tomo's series, which is another graphic novel that has 60 pages in each of them.
Wow, you're quite a good reader, aren't you?
Yes,
Did you like the manga or did you like the movie more?
manga.
Okay, very cool. What was one
Actually, I like them equally now that I think about it.
All right, what was something that was in the manga that wasn't in the movie?
There's this chant that they do in the movie that keeps children from becoming a wolf because she's gonna go to school. In the movie, it says, "I'm gonna be a little girl all the way home," but in the manga, it says, "Three presents, three octopuses."
Wait, 3 presents, 3 octopuses?
Yeah, it's in the at least in the book.
That's funny. Okay, that's pretty cool. Do you wanna tell us a little bit about Wolf Children as a whole? The
Yes,
overall
it's
story?
very cute. It's about two children growing up.
Yep, and they're both wolf kids, right?
Yes, one decides to be a wolf, the other decides to be a human.
Yep, very cool, very cool. And it takes you over the course of the first 10 years of their life, 13 years for the course of the movie. And as I said on our anime episode, which released this past week, a lot of great music and a lot of great montages, right?
Correct.
Awesome, awesome.
At least to our opinions.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're the ones talking about it, so our opinions are the ones that matter the most right now, right?
Yes.
All right, yeah, so Wolf Children was really fun.
Yes, it was.
And you started playing a video game.
Yeah, something that both my parents play. Nino Kuni.
And that would be The Wrath of the White Witch, right?
Yes.
Okay, okay. That's probably Daddy's favorite game of all time. You know that?
Really? I
It's
can't believe it. I'm playing my dad's favorite ever game.
it's one of my favorites at the very least. So it might not be favorite, but it's definitely one of my favorites of all time.
Okay, and plus I got so far I'm in Ding Dong Well.
You're in the Ding Dong Well?
Yes, the place
Awesome.
where you have to light up the little candle things at.
Oh, so you got completely through the deep dark woods already, right?
Yes. In fact, I already know of these spells. I already know Take Heart and Give Heart.
Okay.
And Spring Lock.
And you met Grandpa Willow, right?
Yes. Wait, Grandpa Willow, Grandpa Willow.
Yeah, we have a Grandpa Willow in the fish tank or something that kind of looks like it, right?
Yes, not exactly, but it's still funny looking.
Yeah, very much. Well, I'm excited that you're playing it. What did you think of the intro? It's a pretty sad intro, right?
Right, but she did save a little child.
She did save Oliver's life. So Alicia's a great character.
Yeah,
So,
it's hard to believe she's a soulmate to another person in another world.
yeah, right? Well, everyone in that game has a soulmate in another world.
Really?
Yes.
Wait a minute. And I know what the King Cat's soulmate is, and probably what Esther's soulmate is.
Oh, yeah, because you met Tom the Cat and King Tom, right?
Yeah, on Earth, Tom is actually called Timmy.
Oh, Timmy the Cat. Okay, okay. So, as far as me, for what I played and read this week, I'll be completely honest. Like, as the preseason is starting to wrap up with the NFL and everything, I've been reading the reports of the players that have made the team, that have missed the team, because I'm a big NFL fan. So, honestly, most of what I've read this week has been NFL reports, and I've been following the players cut during the preseason action. So, not much to talk about there. And as far as playing, like, I haven't sat down with a console at all this week. So, I've poked with some app games a little, all in the hole, but that's just like a time killer while waiting to, flip something in the air fryer. So my apologies on both of those, but it's been a busy week. I've done more. And when I've had the free time, I've opted to watch and relax as opposed to play something, or read something. But yeah, besides that, creating is something I have been doing this week, and maybe I will quickly do that before I set you up for your create, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Ooh.
So I've been building an RP system because we have a roleplay group that meets every Tuesday nights, and I've been building something. I made something called the Power of Humanity, and I've been building that system, and I've been trying to balance it. And honestly, I really love the 10 paths that I've come up with as far as it goes, and I really am looking forward to my players playing through it. I have the humanity paths. I just have to make the spirit paths. after this, and then it's gonna be ready to go, and I'm super excited. So I wrapped up the paths of the 5 senses, and yeah, super excited. So looking forward to starting that probably in the late fall or something. What is something that you have created this past week?
I did create a shrinky dink yesterday with my friends, Elizabeth and Benjamin.
Yes, you did. You made some Shrinky Dink, right?
Yes.
Tell us what you made and tell us what Shrinky Dink is. I don't know if everyone knows what Shrinky Dink is.
Well, the thing I made with Shrinky Dink was the Pokemon Clam Pearl.
Clam Pearl. Nice. I like that.
Yes, because it's basically a clam with a pearl inside.
Yeah,
That's what it's
it
based off
is.
of this.
Can you tell people what Shrinky Dink is and how you do it?
Yeah. Well, Shrinky Dink is this fun craft. And the directions are first, you print out a color page or draw something. You take plastic paper, put it over the regular coloring page, and then trace the coloring page on there. And then you would color it, then put it in the oven so that it will shrink, and then there it is, shrunken. And then after that, you make it into a necklace or a keychain, and voila!
Bakes when you put it in the oven to bake it down, it goes to a smaller size, right?
Yes.
Now, the clam pearl, did you make it as a keychain or a necklace? What did you make it as?
I was gonna make it into a necklace, but even for the Shrinky Dink, it was still big for its size. So I made last minute thoughts of it being a keychain instead of a necklace.
Okay, it's got to be smaller if it's a necklace.
Yes, because it was literally like this big.
Okay.
Should have been this big.
Well, they can't see the size. You said it ended up being about 2 inches when it should have been like a half inch?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because the bigger the coloring page, the bigger the shrink will be.
Very cool, very cool. And you do some Shrinky Dinks quite often. Like, you do a lot of making people keychains and necklaces for their birthdays and anniversaries and stuff, right?
Right, and even for Christmas.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, right?
Yes, sometimes Valentine's Day and the other seasons.
And you said you did that with Elizabeth and Ben and your friends, and was that the first time they did it?
Yes, in fact, Elizabeth didn't even know what it was.
Okay, so you actually taught them, right?
Yes. Well, Auntie told them, but I did. And plus, yesterday I also did something cool.
What did you do?
Me and Auntie did shown Elizabeth, Benjamin, and my little brother JJ some science experiments.
Oh, yeah, you've been working on some science experiments. So let's talk about some of what you've learned.
Well, there's actually a couple of things I learned.
Okay, talk to us.
First, I'll tell you about the science project. First one didn't work out, but the first one did work.
Oh, what was it?
Well, the first one was, at first I was doing it by putting dish soap in water and see what happens when I put something else in. And then I asked Auntie for advice what to put in, and Auntie poured out some of the water and put some vinegar and baking soda in it. And guess what? It was coming out slowly like a very slow volcano.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, but instead of exploding, it was like going up and then drooping down.
Oh, very cool,
For
very
that,
cool.
so much of it where we needed a bowl before, it covered like a half of the bowl.
Very nice. And what was your other experiment?
The other experiment was, I don't know what it was, but the ingredients were either a metal spoon or metal forks, batteries, and a coin, but that one didn't work. Because the batteries were supposed to make the coin move, but it didn't work.
Okay, so maybe we'll have to try that out together to see where it failed the first time.
Yeah.
Okay, very cool.
Yeah. Hey, look, one good one, one bad one. There.
Yeah, and
Now they're even.
and you'll work on the bad one until you get it figured out, because that's part of the scientific process, right?
Right.
All right, and you did something else interesting today with invisible ink and pencils.
Yes, well, it all started when I thought of one scene in Phineas and Ferb where Candace was using a pencil to write to see what Phineas and Ferb wrote, and that made me think if that would work with the invisible ink in the invisible ink pen.
Yeah, so you wrote with the invisible ink on the paper, and then you shaded over it with the pencil, and the message came through, right?
Yes, it did show up. Like, I just wrote something random, and then when I traced it, and when I started coloring it with the pencil, it showed up.
That's pretty awesome. I like that a lot. All right, so I'm going to take the lesson that really kind of resonated with me this week. When we were watching Wolf Children, one of the things that was over and over again, the big decision why Hannah moved from the city to the country for children, her two wolf children, was because she wanted them to have the opportunity to grow and find out for themselves where they, find out for themselves what path they were going to take. So, as a parent, it's one of those things where it's kind of like we can do everything to keep our children safe and comforted and nurtured and everything, but realizing that they are growing into their own wonderful little individuals, own wonderful little people, and realizing that it's such a joy to actually watch you and JJ become what you're going to become. And part of it is letting go a little so that you can learn and follow the path that is right.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, definitely the message rang home true when we were watching Wolf Children multiple times. And I was like, you know what? I'm glad we saw this. And frankly, I'm happy for what the people that I see both of my children becoming. All right. Oh,
Oh, no time for waterworks.
it's okay. It's okay. A little tear shed is never a bad thing. All right. So once again, we went over some of what we watched, including One Piece. We're just continuing to go through that together. That's a lot of fun. After that, we talked about Wolf Children in several categories, whether it was with a lesson learned for me or a book or a manga read for Autumn or a movie that we watched together. In addition to that, we also talked about some of what we played this week as Autumn has picked up one of my favorite games, Ni no Kuni, The Wrath of the White Witch. Then we went into some of the many different things we created, whether it was a new roleplay system or whether it was various different science experiments and shrinky dinks. And then we talked about the lessons learned through the science experiments and the wolf children. Autumn, close us out.
This is a daughter, a daddy, a podcast. Bye!
Bye. And remember, if you like what you heard today, check us out on social media, like, subscribe, and follow. And check out all J-Mail for Real podcast. Once again, this is a daughter, a daddy, a podcast. A place where a daughter and her daddy watch, read, play, create, and learn together.